We see it all too often. Men and women who fought for our country now living on the streets. One local congressman blames the problem on patient backlog and mismanagement at the Department of Veterans Affairs. He says it affects more than 1.5 million Florida veterans. Channel 4's Haley Winslow spoke to Congressman Ron DeSantis about legislation he says will help our servicemen and women. She's live in St. Augustine with this. Haley?
Mary, the congressman held a press conference here at the VFW in St. Augustine off US 1. He's proposing a bill that will help address what he calls an accountability crisis that will hopefully help veterans here locally and across the nation. Specialist Joseph Minster served in Iraq during Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and for more than 2 decades worked as a surgical tech, most recently at Flagler Hospital. 2 months ago, he was released from his duties.
I cannot find work because I am unemployable per the VA. And because of that, I am homeless. So I'm living out the back of my truck. There's a lot of guys out there that are a lot worse off than me, and they're laying on the ground. Something has to be done.
For 4 years, he's been waiting for his individual unemployability claim from Veterans Affairs.
So every day I check that, go to that post office box, I open it, and I just hope that that letter's there.
It's the same story for millions of veterans across the country. Representative Ron DeSantis calls it a national nightmare.
I think the one thing that should unite everybody, both in Washington and back here in kind of the normal part of the country, is that we want to honor the men and women who've served and sacrificed for us.
Recent reports released, he says, are unacceptable, including claims of clerks in Colorado instructed to falsify appointment records to appear as if veterans were served in a timely manner, and reports of a secret waiting list at the VA medical facility in Phoenix. Congressman DeSantis stands behind a House bill that would hold VA senior managers accountable for poor performance.
So this bill is going to give the VA secretary the tools that that individual needs to hold people accountable rather than just shuffle some of these senior managers through the system. If you fail in one hospital, you shouldn't be moved to another. We need to get somebody in there who's going to be able to do the job for the veterans.
So our service women and men like Minster aren't left out in the streets.
I don't feel like I've been forgotten or left behind or anything like that. I just feel like I've been passed over in certain cases or lost in the shuffle.
A spokeswoman from Veteran Affairs released this statement. We believe the House bill would generate serious unintended consequences that would prove counterproductive. For example, any change that would single out VA employees for punishment or discharge could have a chilling effect on VA's ability to recruit and retain high-quality employees. That, in turn, could harm VA's ability to best serve veterans as well as be an effective steward for the U.S. taxpayer. In addition, we believe employees who are removed would and should still retain due process protections, so any actions taken by the Secretary under this legislation could lead to lengthy litigation. The congressman thinks that this bill will be voted on in the House later on this month. Reporting live in St. Augustine, Haley Winslow, Channel 4, the local station.